Alright, so this video is for page 3, 9-3, travel habits in July. Alright, so it says, here is a graph that shows the amount on Han's fare card for every day of last July. So the X is representing the days that have passed, and the Y is representing the dollars on the card. Number 1 says, describe what happened with the amount on Han's fare card in July. So this line is representing Han's fare card. How do you think we could describe what is happening to the amount on Han's fare card? Well, we could say that every day it was the same amount. We can even say what that amount is because we can see it. We could say the amount on his card never changed, stayed the same the whole month. All right, so number 2 says plot and label 3 different points on the line. So I want you to go through and plot any 3 points on the line and then label it with the coordinate. So what is the X, Y value at that location? So pause your video, go ahead and go through and put 3 points and label 3 points on your line. Pause the video. All right, I'm going to pick 3 random points. So I picked, this is 3, 20. This one is 12, 20. And this one is 25, 20. That's all they want us to do on number 2. So we've done that now. So then number 3 says, write an equation that represents the amount on the card in July, Y, after X days. Okay, so for this, we always write our equation Y equals mx plus b, right? So we're going to write an equation. So the Y is the amount that's on our card in July. So that's what Y represents. And the X is going to represent days. Well, what we already noticed is that he had $20 on his card every single day in July. So the Y value never changed, right? So it doesn't matter what X day it is, whether it's 3 or 12 or 25 or 18 or 30, it doesn't matter what day it is, that's not going to change the amount on his card. So the only thing that we can say about July is that the amount on his card in July, which is Y, is what? Well, the only amount that was ever on his card in July is 20. Because if Y represents the amount of money on his card in July, it never changed. It was 20 no matter what day in July it was. So it doesn't even matter that X represents days because Y represents the amount of card in July. And in this scenario, it doesn't change. So the equation is just going to be Y equals 20. Because at all of these points, doesn't matter it was still $20 on his card. Okay, let's look at that a little bit further. The next one says, what value makes sense for the slope of the line that represents the amount on Hans' fare card in July? Okay, well, this means that we have to recall what slope is. Well, slope is how much it's going up by, how much each of my lines is going up or down by. That's what slope has always been for us. We've always been able to draw in the triangles from point to point. Well, on here, we already have 3 points, and I'm not able to go up and over or down and over to get to that point. Remember, it's vertical change over horizontal change. So vertically, these points, to get from here to here, it's not changing at all. I'm not going up and down on the y-axis at all. Now I could count the horizontal change. It's going over, for my point, yours might be something different, but it's going over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. But remember, we always simplify. If you guys punch in 0 divided by 9 in your calculator, it's going to tell you that it's 0. Because we can't divide 0 into 9 groups. So the slope of the line is 0 because it's not going up and over at all. What this also means is that the rate of change each day is $0, right? It doesn't change at all per day, so that's going to represent the slope. Another thing you should recognize is it doesn't go uphill or downhill at all. So it can't be positive or negative. It's just 0. Nothing's changing to it. Nothing's changing about this graph. Okay, so that slope is going to be 0. It's not going up or down by any amount each day. It's staying at 20 on his card every single day. Okay. All right, if you need to go back and listen to any of that explanation at all, then feel free to do so. Okay, you can rewind it and go back and listen to me explain a certain part. Okay, you have one more video to complete the rest of your notes.